Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today na Sunday, number 2 day for this month of April 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Connie, Ambazonian FBI. I come once more with another episode of our daily podcast, a program where it bring una the truth, it bring una important information, fact-based analysis for help we as we do work out for this journey to our freedom, the independence of Ambazonia. I go start today's Sunday episode with a point of reflection based on a poem of a British soldier where be write and say, "If I may die, think this of me." This poem is a reminder of what is important in life, what is important in your quiet corner. When you lie in your bed and you are the only one, think of yourself and what will people think of you when you are gone. That is the most important thing. Even after you are gone, how long will it take for your family, your wife, your community, and your country to forget you and carry on with their life? I can guarantee you it will not take too long. So why struggling to live your life to please and impress others when after you die, the most important thing that will left with you will be your impression of your own life and the maker you are going to face in your judgment day. Live your life on earth for what matters, for your legacy and for your God. Let these two principles be your guiding principle in how you live your life and how you spend the little time on earth you have to live. If I may die, what will you think of me? More important so, if I may die, what will I think of my legacy back and what will I account for when I meet my maker? God bless you all. With that aside, I go on to continue our podcast for today with the message of an enabler, the La République du Cameroon colonial mayor for Bamenda, mayor without mandate, unelected official, the criminal and terrorist and wanted Ambazonian called Paul Achumbang Tambeng. This unelected mayor, in an address for the colonial presidential representative, we Paul Bia Iran Senam for Yaoundé, we come say na be that master for that reconstruction. He talk for they say, Ambazonian them, I quote, make a read the quote, "We must stop counting our losses and asking for revenge in the name of justice. I want to call on all the church to stop the slogan, justice and peace. They are placing justice as a condition for peace. I differ," said the unelected mayor. He went further to criticize the Canadian negotiation effort led by the Foreign Minister of Canada, Minister Joly, saying that every house must solve their own problem. This speech to the representative of Pobia in upstation Bamenda, a place where all enablers have congregated and the only safe haven for those who collaborate with the Cameroon government, speaks volume. The fact that the unelected mayor is talking about the population of Bamenda and Ambazonia at large, focusing on revenge and the demand for justice rather than so-called peace or normalcy that they want, it's a stark reminder of the truth of what is going on. I want to ask our people to reflect. What revenge? Revenge for what? Justice for what? The people of Ambazonia will only ask revenge if people have hurt them. Revenge for the people they have slaughtered in our town. From Julius Akum, Mami Appiah, Sam Soya, Bebe Mata, Bebe Caroline, the list go on and on. These are the ones we know. The thousands and millions of Ambazonians who have been driven abroad because their future have been stolen, their petrol have been stolen, their identity have been criminalized. The revenge for what? The revenge, he says, is a stark reminder of the truth of the hurt the Cameroon state have given upon our people. Justice, justice for what? Justice is a call for wrong, an unjust act, an illegal act of occupation of Ambazonia by La République du Cameroon. The British government recently, in a document replying an Ambazonian advocate, stated clearly that Ambazonia have been integrated in Cameroon, that violates every creed and every promise the international community, including the head of state Amadou Ahidjo of La République du Cameroon, made to the United Nations and to our people. the campaign and the story being told to our people during the plebiscite was that we are getting into a union of two equal partners. Today, the injustice we have found out is that the whole plan, indeed the intention, has always been an integration of Ambazonia into La République du Cameroon. Injustice or justice? Justice for what? Today, they offer us special status. It is a stark reminder of the fact that one state, which we're supposed to become equal with, is now offering a special status to a state that they were supposed to be equal in partner. Justice for what? Justice for the recolonization of Ambazonia, a colonialism that is classified as a crime against humanity in the international community. Why should anybody accept to live a life of injustice, to swallow the pain of constant kale-kale, the burning of our villages, the mass arrest of our people? Why would anyone live in a country whose history have been banned, who have been told they have no right of self-determination and are something other than what they are? Why should anybody accept to live a lie? Such a demand, such a preaching can only come from somebody who claims to be a mayor when he knows he was never elected by even 1% of the population he claims to meet. We cannot live our life based on standard from scammers, scavengers who are impersonating the very position they seek to hold. Ambazonians should know justice must come before peace. The actions we take on behalf of those who have been slain, murdered, killed, humiliated by the Cameroon state and their Bulu Beti mercenary of a so-called army are not just revenge. These are not just reprisal. These are an attempt to stop the impunity and safeguard the dignity of our people. We shall never accept to live in an improper fraction, accepting a lie of our history and our identity as true, accepting to live as slave. We will never, ever succumb. We will never, ever yield. We will never, ever accept anything other than justice for Ambazonia, accountability for our people that have been slaughtered and our villages that have been burned. Fellow Ambazonians, for the past 3 days, I have received messages upon messages of our parents and some teachers in the Sacred Heart primary school that was paraded by Cameroon militias on their propaganda CRTV, with the Cameroon representative of Pobia being introduced to students who were forced to carry Cameroon flag. The parents are repenting. The teachers are calling for apology. They are pleading that they have made it public that their children was forced to use Cameroon flag and they had nothing to do with it. I want to assure them that there will be no forgiveness. Every teacher who was in charge, every proprietor in that school must be held accountability for this act that has insulted the blood of our people and enable the enemy to go back with propaganda to deceive their own population that they are in charge. But the statement of our mothers, our children in this Sacred Heart school that was paraded in TV speaks volume to our people. They said that the Cameroon government knows the nature of Bamenda. Bamenda is under the control of the Ambazonian Defense Forces, the Bamenda Brigade. They are in charge, and displaying their children in an unpatriotic manner will definitely have ramification for those who run the town. Yes, Ambazonia, we are in charge of our own towns, our own cities, and in the vast majority of 80% of our territory. And all community schools must know that you violate Ambazonian law, there will be a price to pay. The people who participated in these colonial elections, who are still in Yaoundé, thinking of whether to come back home or not, they should know that no amount of money will clean their crimes. No amount of pleading will solve their problem. They will have to pay. There will be justice before there have to be peace. Our people have been recently bombarded with criticism from non-entity who sit in their comfort in the diaspora and have failed to help the people to sustain their liberation movement, but have sought to use the liberation movement for their political gains. Ambazonians know one thing: follow the man way in no road. For inside every motor, not only one driver a day. No matter how many people them pretend say them be driver them for the motor for Ambazonian liberation, we have only one leader, and that leader is Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. follow manway in no road. The Ambazonian forces on the ground are in charge. All the Ambazonian forces who call themselves restoration forces have denounced all their diaspora representatives. They have come out publicly to tell the Ambazonian people that they don't want anything to do with their leadership in the diaspora. So anybody who is in the IG or anybody who support any other group who is based in the diaspora other than the ADF and the Ambazonian Governing Council should stay quiet and follow those who have been having policy that have been working for our people. While La République du Cameroon, in our villages, their main job of their military is to set up roadblocks, collect taxes from our drivers, and collect taxes from our business people. While the job primarily of their administration is to do the same, to collect money in our markets, collect money from cattle market, and tax business people left and right. Cameroon have lost legitimacy. Cameroon have lost its power to collect taxes from our people. No Ambazonian should pay tax anymore to any Cameroon official or to any Cameroon administrator. All Ambazonian markets must pay taxes, liberation taxes, to Ambazonian forces that have transparency and that have institutions that can monitor them. My phone number is available for every individual who have been asked to pay tax to our forces. You can go to WhatsApp and contact me on +852 6117 9924, and I will verify to you if these are legitimate soldiers and if they have qualified to collect taxes. Ambazonians should understand one thing. Those Ambazonian youth who saw the injustice to our people, who have seen the illegitimacy of the Cameroon government, who pick upon themselves the courage and the duty to stand up and defend their people, who pick up guns and carry the responsibility over that land, are the only people who have the right to collect tax in our land. Not impostors, not Cameroon military, not anybody. Only those who have assumed the responsibility, those who sat back and watched others to carry guns, should pay tax to those who are carrying guns. And this is how leadership is. Leadership is not because somebody voted you in a place. Leadership is not because you were there in an area. Leadership is not because of your opinion. Leadership is because you have taken responsibility for the public service to save your nation. The Ambazonian soldiers are the only legitimate authority on the ground. For the Ambazonians in the diaspora, the only ones who have the authority to steer the ship, the ones who are the leaders, are the ones who have actively taken the responsibility to push back Cameroon occupation and champion the cause for diplomacy, for Ambazonian recognition. When our people were being slaughtered, there are only few individuals who have taken upon the responsibility to prescribe the picking up of arms and to sustain the campaign for arms and to provide for arms. It is one only captain that have led this charge, and that captain is Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. Follow close to him is the Dr. Capo Daniel, Lucas Asu, John Ba Akuru, and coming from a far distance is Ebenezer Akwanga. These are the leaders. Leaders and those who are responsible are not simply because they were voted, elected, but because they are the ones who have primarily taken the leadership, the responsibility to fight for our people. All other Ambazonians must support the soldiers who have taken up responsibility. Every other Ambazonian in the diaspora must support the leadership who have taken up responsibility and put their skin in the game for the public good. When the Cameroon government is burning markets in Ambazonia, it is not these talking heads that buy guns and provide for our soldiers to fight and defend themselves. It is Dr. Cho Ayaba, it is Capo Daniel, it is Lucas Asu, it is John Ba Akuru, it is Ebenezer Akwanga who provides those guns and who provides the ideology to sustain those forces to fight and defend themselves. And those who align themselves behind them, those institutions are those who are capable and competent and the rightful people to steer this ship. Those talking heads, fault finders, spoilers, political scavengers in the diaspora should be left for where they belong. They are noisemakers. They will have no power to stop anybody from doing the right thing. We must focus on doing the right thing. The tax we collect The institutions of the liberation tax we have put in place have become a big source of stability in ground zero. We could not live in a situation where anybody, one force will come to a shop and collect money, and the next day another soldier will come to that same shop and collect money. We have to put in place institutional regulations that will guide our soldiers, hierarchy and supervisory authority that is going to help our people to properly collect tax that they have the right to collect and channel those tax into proper management by our soldiers. We have seen our people in Bangui begging for the ADF to come for them to pay tax to the ADF. We have seen the ones in Mundankwe, we have seen them all across Ambazonia, and we have seen the difference the ADF has made in those areas. Those taxes are not only going to buy guns, those taxes assist our soldiers and our authorities on the ground to provide the basic services that our people need, to provide the protection that the people need, to sustain the formation of the forces, readiness of the forces, and equip the forces, and also to provide community schools. The tax system is an allegiant pledge to Ambazonia. It is a recognition of Ambazonia control of its own destiny. A tax system is a system of accountability to bring order where there have been chaos and a diversion of attention of fighters who have become scavengers as well and corrupt officials when there is no oversight. The liberation tax is here to stay, and Ambazonia must support it. Few days ago, when the people heard that there is a negotiation going on in Canada, all of these same people were coming around to beg us that they want to join the Canadian negotiation. Once they heard that Paul Biya is dragging his feet, all of them have suddenly turned their back, trying to backbite us because they heard that the Canadian minister who was supposed to visit Cameroon have been turned away. So now they have shown their real colors. I have very bad news to them. Even though the Canadian minister was turned back, another official from the Canadian government have paid that same visit. So the negotiation is ongoing. Perhaps this is going to be a reason for them to come back again and support us. But you should know them for who they are. These individuals are our shawos. They have no influence on the ground. All they have to do is make noise. And our people should abandon those people for who they are, listen for them for entertainment, and know that they have no consequence on what we do, and they will have no impact on the ground. They have no allegiance from soldiers, they have no command and control, and they are what they are, noise maker. Leave them for who they are. They are spoilers, they are showers, and they have no consequences. We will do what we have to do to liberate our country, and our soldiers and our people must stay focused. Follow who know road. And those who advise the drivers are the ones who have consistently sustained him and those who have seen the road that he is going. And we know the road. Stay in the car, support us, and we will lead you to freedom and independence. We are your best chance to survive. We are your best chance to give you justice for a peaceful Ambazonia and a democratic society. You know your leader. Your leader is Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. You know the boys around and those who are doing the conductor job in this bus. They are the Capo Daniel, they are the John Bakoro, they are the Lucas Asu. We are the one who stands to push back against Cameroon narrative, to challenge La République du Cameroon and to fight Cameroon. We are the real people who are battling Cameroon, and you should know where you are lying yourself. Ignore them. Listen to them for entertainment purposes, but follow who know road. Have a good Sunday. God bless you all. Capo Daniel, looking out for you, signing off.